You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of ABK Media Group, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County every day at 9 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, and happy Monday, y'all. Good morning. This is Good Morning Gwinnett. I'm your host, Audrey Bell Kearney. Woo! Straight out of the weekend. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. It's a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County, around 70 degrees right now. I'm telling you, yesterday was crazy weather. I had to go to Atlanta to the Truth Playmakers Award. Let me just back up 1 second. So the Truth Playmakers Award is a 501c3 nonprofit, and what they're doing is they're shining the spotlights on young people who are doing amazing things as entrepreneurs and singers and mostly entrepreneurs. But let me tell you something. Those kids are so talented. And if you want to know more about how to support this is my people helping people. I done jumped in. Well, you know what? I'll talk about it on other stuff. Anyway, I went there yesterday, and the weather was crazy. I'll talk about truth bakers when I'm talking about people helping people. The weather was crazy. Like, we were driving on 85, right? So if you've been to Atlanta and driven on 85, you know 85 is normally bumper to bumper traffic. But yesterday was Sunday, so we thought it was going to be good traffic. And it was pretty decent. But what the crazy part was, I talk to you guys about this all the time, it'll be raining right here and not raining somewhere else. Literally on 85, we were in all sunshine, like just sun. Right? And we drove right into a storm that was about a mile long. That was it. And then after that, we drove right out the storm. But when we came back to Gwinnett County, it was trees that had fallen down. We were like, oh my God, it was a real storm over here. The weather here is so crazy. But anyway, it's a beautiful day here in Gwinnett. Today it's around 70 right now. It's going to go up to a high around 90. So we're going to have a pretty warm day. I got a lot to do today because, weekends, I love the weekends, but I love Monday more because I get to come back to work and start all over again. I know that sounds crazy for some people, but when you love what you do, work is not work, man. It's not work. It's fun. It's fun. And so for me, work is fun. And so I look forward to coming in on Monday. Because honestly, if I didn't have to have family time and, you got to take care of the husband and now I got a grandbaby, I got to spend some time with the baby and, all those type. And I'm not complaining. But I probably need that in my life so I have some balance, because if I didn't, I probably would be working all the time, because I really wanted to come in last night. We got home probably about almost 9 o'clock. I really wanted to come in here and to my computer and start to work, but I was like, you know what? Nope. Go home, go upstairs, get ready for bed, get some rest, start off in the morning. But I really wanted to just start right where I was and come in here and start to do some work, because I'm working on 2 funnels. And for those of you who don't know what that is, that's a sales funnel. So I'm working on 2, or a lead generation funnel, a sales funnel. That's what I'm working on right now. So I'm working on 2, and I really wanted to get it done. Like, one of them I really need to have done, because I have my partner is working on promoting one of the products that we offer called Pod Rocket, and I need to have the Pod Rocket funnel done so she can start promoting. And so I actually did not get a chance to do that, and that was my plan. Like, I did the videos for it. I produced the videos for the funnel and everything, but I did not get a chance to put the funnel together. So sometimes today, it probably won't be to this evening, I have to put that funnel together. But here's the thing: I'm not going to go to bed tonight until that funnel is done. So that's just what it is. I'm not. I took yesterday off to, hang out and go support the youth, and it was a great thing. But I'm not going to go to bed tonight until I get that Pod Rocket funnel done. So that's that. All right, guys, listen, today is June 24th, and I'm going to bring you our daily horoscopes brought to us by astrologer Michael Thiessen. He is our resident astrologist, bringing us the daily zodiac so you'll know what to look forward to for the rest of your day. So we're going to kick it off with Aries. Aries, a better diet, exercise, or a change to a relaxed atmosphere could be ways to soothe your nerves. Problems with female members of your family may play on your emotions. Listen, don't let the women in your life play on your emotions, especially if you're a male. I think that's what they're talking about. Find a quiet spot where you can work diligently and stay out of the way. Find you a little quiet spot. Get in a corner somewhere. Be quiet. Taurus, you must be extremely careful not to let relatives or friends interfere with your personal life. Keep folks out your business today, Taurus. Don't let them interfere. Be careful not to confuse issues when discussing the matters at hand. Don't overindulge in any way. Be very frugal today, Taurus, and keep people out your business. Gemini, disappointments are likely if your mate embarrasses you in front of friends. Ooh, one thing I don't like to be is embarrassed. First, find out if they're married, because you never know. He may look good, she may look good, but first find out if they're married. Opportunities for love will develop while traveling or while attending religious functions. Okay, so you got some love on the rise, Gemini. But look, make sure you find out if they're married first, because you never know. Cancer, you can make financial gains if you are prepared to take a risk. You will learn a great deal from foreigners you meet. It's always nice to be able to learn something, especially people from other countries, because their culture and the way they live is different. So when you can learn something, that's a great thing. Your emotional partner will push the right buttons today. I don't know exactly what that means, but hopefully that means something good for you, Cancer. Leo, emotional matters may not be easy for you to handle. Listen, but don't make any rash decisions. Things have been moving so quickly that you need to do something physical to release your tension. Do some Zumba, do some exercise. Go to a batting cage or something. You need to release some tension. You need to do something physical. Go walk in the park. That's physical because you got to walk, especially if you're walking in the heat. That's hot. All right, Virgo. Your partner could make you angry if they steal your thunder or embarrass you in front of others. I hate being embarrassed. That's the second embarrassed horoscope I read. If you're feeling uncertain, spend some time alone and reevaluate your motives as well as your needs. It's time to get loose. All right, Virgo, it's time to let your hair down and get loose, and we're going to do that right after this song. Be right back, bringing you more of the daily horoscopes right here on the Good Morning Gwinnett Show. You're listening to Audrey Bell Kearney.
Playing on my upgrade, reminiscing about last night. Remember that we had a big fight. Maybe words didn't come out right. I wish that I was sober, and I wish that I could call her, tell her to come over, and wish that I could hold her. If I could turn back the hands of time, turn it back and make you change your mind. If I could turn back the hands of time. Baby, baby, no more lies. I would promise never lie. Baby, look into my eyes. Maybe you can compromise. Baby, baby, no more lies. I would promise never lie.
back to Good Morning Gwinnett. This is your girl, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you the daily horoscopes brought to you by astrologer Michael Thyssen. And we're going to pick it up at Libra. Libra, chances to express your ideas and beliefs can bring you popularity as long as you're not arrogant. Put your energy into behind-the-scenes activities. Toning, fitness, pampering should also be scheduled. Take some time out to love on yourself today, Libra. Do some toning, do some fitness. Get some pampering in. It's good to love on yourself. Scorpio, don't volunteer private information about yourself. Keep your business to yourself unless you're prepared to be talked about behind your back. Scorpio, keep your business to yourself. That's the second one today. Listen, the stars is telling y'all, keep your business to yourself. Family members would not be happy with the amount of time you are spending away from home. Well, I'm not going to talk on that. Make your intentions perfectly clear and find out exactly what is expected. Make your intentions perfectly clear and find out exactly what is expected of you. All right. Sagittarius, your loved ones could set you off. Listen, don't let them piss you off today, Sag. I know. Sometimes they just do, but try not to let them do it today. So be cognizant of that they could piss you off today. Confusion is apparent and you'll need some sound advice if you want to do the right thing. Upheavals may occupy your day. All right. Capricorn, spend some quality time with the one you love. Spend some time with them. If you don't spend some time with them, somebody else may spend some time with them. Your talents will shine at work. Pleasure trips will be a form of healing for your emotional state of mind. You will attract positive potential lovers. Be sure that they are unattached. Okay, that's the second one. So I got like some duplicates in here. That's the second one that I've read today about. You're going to find somebody, but make sure that they're not married. Make sure that they're unattached. You don't want to get involved with somebody who already got some baggage attached to them. Now, everybody got a little bit of baggage, but they're attached to some person. You definitely don't want to be attached to them. All right, Aquarius. Things at home may be somewhat rocky. Don't hesitate to sign up for creative courses or physical fitness programs. Encourage the youngsters in your family. That's the second one I read about fitness. Do something physical, Aquarius. Go out and walk. I know. Go out and walk. And my fellow fish Pisces, deceit with coworkers is apparent. Watch out for the deceitful coworker. Looking and smiling in your face, kikiing, ha-ha, and behind your back stabbing you. Watch out for them today, fish. Confusion at an emotional level will cause you to make wrong decisions concerning your personal life. Hard work will pay off if you refrain from expressing your opinions to superiors. All right, so keep your opinions to yourself. Your hard work is going to pay off. I know sometimes we just feel like nobody is paying us any attention. Nobody cares what we're doing, and you want that recognition. But today's not the day. Keep your opinions together. Because I know us. I know fish. We can be somewhat opinionated sometimes, especially the ones that's born in February. I know. I'm one. I'm a fish. I'm a Pisces. And I know sometimes we could be a little bit opinionated. It's so funny. Because my mom has to, she takes physical therapy, right? And so, I want her to be healthy, and she suffers with a lot of health problems and stuff. And so I want her to be healthy. So I'm telling her, when is the physical therapy? Because I haven't seen her in a week. Like, when is the physical therapist coming? And she says, and I know the lady didn't come because something my mother said. I already know. I already know that's the reason she didn't come. So I said to her, when is the physical therapist coming? And she said, well, I told her not to come because I wasn't doing well. No, she was fine. She was fine. She got out of the hospital. She was doing fine. But she told the lady not to come, right? So the lady hasn't been here in a whole week. And so I said to her, you know what? I'm not telling grown folks anymore what to do. I'm going to keep my opinions to myself. Because I know that you guys get upset when I express my opinions, even when I'm right. And I'm not saying I'm right all the time, but 99% of the times when I'm expressing my opinion about something, I'm right. So she's like, good. So she don't want me to say anything. So I keep my mouth shut, keep it to myself. All right, listen, I had to tell y'all about this. So there was a bear. A bear was spotted and hit by a car in Norcross on Friday morning. The bear was crossing the street. He was on Peachtree Industrial Boulevard, and he got hit by a car on Holcomb Bridge at the Holcomb Bridge intersection. An officer who responded to the incident saw it and ran into a nearby. So it got hit. It didn't die. It got hit, and then it ran into the woods. A bear, y'all, on Peachtree Industrial, walking Hogan Bridge Road. I mean, now it makes me like freaking scared to go out the back door. Like, where the heck did the bear come from? So whoever hit the bear, they said that bear didn't even appear to be injured. Like the bear just got hit and kept moving. So listen, be careful. Keep your pets. Watch out for your pets. Like I let my dog out and in the backyard, but I watch it because I saw a fox the other day. Like I saw a fox run across the street, and so my dog is a little dog, a little poodle and chihuahua mix. And so we say she got the Napoleon complex because she little, because she'll run up on anybody. She'll run up on anybody, any dog, big dog. She run up on the big dogs. And them big dogs gonna tear apart, but they got coyotes out right now that's roaming around, and now this bear that's just like walking across. So here's the thing, that part over there is kind of highly populated. So for the bear to just kind of walk out in the road, that freaked me out when I saw that story. I'm like, what? It freaks you out because you don't know. Like I got a stream that runs behind my house, right? So the fact that there's a bear just kind of hanging out, and I know in the fall we see the deer. They come and they walk behind the house because the stream is there, the creek is there, so we know that they're there, kind of eating and getting water. But the thought of a bear coming up in the backyard, here's the thing: bears are coming in your house, so just be careful. Is what I'm saying. Be careful if you're out there, outside. Watch your animals. Watch the children. Your children outside playing. It's summertime. The kids are out there playing. Watch out. Be careful for the foxes, the coyotes, and the bears. They're out there. And don't forget the snakes. I saw a snake one day, like about 2 weeks ago, just strolling across the street. I'm like, oh my God. That's the one thing about being in the South that kind of freaks me out, because I see snakes and the cow and foxes, and oh my God. In Jersey, I ain't see all that. I saw some deer every once in a blue moon. And you may have heard about some bears like up in the mountains or something, but not snakes and all that kind of coyotes and foxes. I feel like I'm in like Wonderland. All right, so listen, I want to talk to you about this nonprofit. So this is a part of the show where I talk about a nonprofit doing some great things in our community. So yesterday, I went to an awards called the Truth Makers Playmakers Award. The Truth Playmakers Award, right? So I met this young guy. His name is Christian Jones, his name, they call him Truth, so it's Christian the Truth Jones, right? He's 11, he might be 12 now, but when I met him, he was 11, okay? The kid is a stock market genius, literally. He is, like, if you want to know anything about the stock market, he's a stock market genius. And so, he held this event yesterday. He has a nonprofit called Truth Playmakers, and he shined the spotlight on, youth who are doing amazing things, entrepreneurs and entertainers. There were 17 children honored yesterday from the ages of, I think the youngest one may have been 4. So it was like a 4-year-old, a 5-year-old, and it went all the way up to 17. It stops at 17. But its nonprofit has planned on doing this every year because those little kids, they were not playing any game. So one little girl had emailed me earlier because I was a VIP member. a VIP guest at this event, and I was honored, and I thank his mom and him so much for inviting me as a VIP guest. But one little girl, it was hilarious. She hit me up on, I don't know, I think it was Facebook. She says, "Oh my God, I can't wait to meet you," right? So I said, "Oh, I'm looking forward to meeting you too." So I went to go look at the little girl's website. Let me tell y'all something. That little chick, her name is Chef Simone. Chef Simone is doing some amazing I was like, "Little girl, I can't wait to meet you." She's 13 years old. "I can't wait to meet you." She is doing amazing things. She's been on the Steve Harvey show. She's been on television on a bunch of different shows. She's a top-notch chef. Her website is beautiful. And she's 13 years old. Very well spoken. I mean, these kids were like little grown folks. Like there was a sister up there, sister and a brother team, Dylan in Denver, right? Dylan in Denver, a girl and a boy. And when I tell you their synergy and working together, they were like the MCs for the first part of the show. Their energy and synergy was so great. You could tell that they do this all the time. It was like watching little grown people. So Truth Playmakers has said, you know what, we're going to honor these kids every year because we do hard work. Their parents do hard work because, without the parents, they can't do a lot of this stuff because they're underage. So their parents do a lot of stuff. And so his mother, who is in the armed forces, she's in the military, she just came from Germany. Shout out to Janelle, because Janelle is making it happen from around the world. So she just came from Germany, but she's been planning this for almost a year. And she was planning it from Germany, like literally. And so she and I have been talking on Facebook. The Truth was here in Atlanta. I went to go support him. He did a TED Talk. The kid is amazing. I can't say enough about him because he is a stock market prodigy. Like, he's a little prodigy. And all these little kids are. Like, this little boy got there and gave a speech. He had to be 4 years old. He was doing an empowerment speech about follow your dreams. I was like, little man, 4? Another little kid, right? He's 5 years. His name is Miles, right? So Miles is going around. He's a photographer. And I'm talking about this so much because you should have been there to see, like, these kids. Like, so Miles is a photographer. So Miles is walking around taking pictures and handing out his business card. So I said to him, well, how do I get my picture? He said, oh, it's going to cost you $5. And I said, okay, you can go to the website. It'll be available. Okay. He has his camera. The camera is bigger than, it was almost bigger than he is. I mean, it was crazy. But they're doing some phenomenal things. And shout out to Christian for just bringing them all together. And shout out for educating people about how to invest in the stock market. A lot of us grown folks don't, like, I'm taking his course. He has a course. Right? He has a course. His name is Christian Jones. That's CHRISTON Jones.com. But he has a course that teaches you how to do day trading, because that's what he does. Look, the kid, he said in his speech, right? He said, my accountant is here. He is 11, y'all. He has an accountant. He said, my accountant is here, and I want to give her a shout out. This is what he says. I'm like, the kid has an accountant. He's 11 years old. He gave his media coach. He has a media coach a shout out, and he gave his accountant a shout out. They are doing big things. But anyway, if you want to know more about this 501c3, doing great things for children, I'm sure that was the first annual event. I'm sure next year it's going to get bigger. So I'm expecting that to grow so big to listen to Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the next couple of years. That's what I'm expecting, because there are a lot of smart kids. Like, there's a magazine out, and I buy it. I can't think of the name of it, but that magazine is full of nothing but little kids who are entrepreneurs doing amazing things, and a lot of them are able to do it because of freaking technology. Like, we're afraid to look at technology. Not me, because I love technology, but a lot of people are. These kids are sucking it. And I'm not even talking about the millennials. I'm talking about this next generation behind them. They are little entrepreneurs. Like, there's a magazine, and I can't think of the name of the magazine. I got a copy around here somewhere. But it's full of nothing but young entrepreneurs. I'm talking about little kids killing it on YouTube, killing it on YouMe, just killing it online, period. Like, killing it. Like, they got accountants and media personnel and agents and coaches. They're doing big things. But anyway, if you want to find out more about Christian's 501c3, his nonprofit, you can go to truthplaymakers.com. You can find out all the information there. Email him. They'll contact you back. See how your kids can get involved. If you have a kid that's an entrepreneur or looking to be an entrepreneur, those 17 kids that were featured there, they are amazing. Singing, been on talent shows, on the Steve, I think, Got Talent. I mean, just amazing things. So listen, I could go on and on about them, because I was just sitting there in total awe of these little wonder people, because that's what they were, little prodigies, just doing big things. All right, I'm going to go to a song, and I'll be right back to bring you this next story right after this song. You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. I'm your host, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you the daily rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County.
Best of me, get the very best of
welcome back to Good Morning Gwinnett. I'm your host, Audrey Bell Kearney, bringing you the daily rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County, right here on the Good Morning Gwinnett show. So listen, before I get to my news story, right? So I'm one of those people, like I am like into UFOs. I'm a little weird, y'all. Just so you know, I'm a little bit weird. But anyway, I saw a story in the patch, right? And the story said, now, here's a funny thing, because now I'm about to freak out. It says 57 UFO sightings reported in Georgia during 2019 so far. So according to the patch, the staff at the patch, her name is Dev Belt. She said that there have been some UFO sightings right here in Georgia. Yeah, so now I got to read the whole article. Anyway, so I'm one of them people that like this kind of stuff, and it's kind of freaky because everybody don't like it. They be like, ain't no such thing as UFOs, but you got to think about something. And I watched Ancient Aliens all the time. So for my Ancient Aliens fans out there, hey, hit your girl up over at goodmorninggwinnett.com. When you think about some of the things that were built, right? Think about the pyramids for a second. And I watch Ancient Aliens because they don't just talk about UFOs. They talk about all these structures that they have found that are huge, that were built. Like, who the heck built the pyramids? Have you seen the pyramids? Some people have gone to the pyramids. The structures are humongous. Who had the precision? Who knew how to cut the rocks a certain way, right? To build those pyramids, you got to ask yourself that stuff, right? You got the Stonehenge. Who put the stone on top of the Stonehenge, like all the way to the very top? Who did that? That was not done by man. So, yeah, I do believe in aliens. And now I'm finding out, after listening to reading this part of this article, that there have been some sightings right here in Georgia. I don't want to run into an alien now. I'm not saying that, but I do believe in it. I do believe that there is life outside of Earth. Like I do, because there are just a lot of things that we can't explain. You know what I mean? So for me, now I'm excited. Now I got to go back and read the whole article. And I'll give y'all a rundown about it because I'm that person. But listen, let's get on to some news. Don't me and my craziness. Don't pay me no mind. Don't. All right. So apparently there's another Republican jumping into the 7th Congressional District race during this weekend. Okay. All right now. So Ms. Lisa Noël Babbage said she is going to be. Oh God. Okay, seriously, she's African American too, but we got African American Republicans. Okay, but anyway, she's choosing the 3rd annual Trump birthday bash in Washington D.C. as a venue to formally kick off her campaign. So, Duluth resident and Women in Action founder Lisa Noël Babbage said she will formally announce her candidacy during the event Sunday. Babbage's Republican credentials include serving on the Gwinnett County Republican Party's executive board and the Georgia GOP State Committee. She vows to keep the open seat by being vacated by Congressional Rob Woodall in the Republican Party. So she's running against another Republican along with some other folks. Her campaign said in an announcement, she further pledges to contribute a significant portion of her legislative salary back to small businesses. Okay, all right. Anytime you support the small businesses, that's a great thing. So she's pledging to give back a portion of her salary to support small businesses and community programs in the 7th District. I'm going to ask her to come and be on the show. So starting on July 11th, I will be doing a seat at the table again. When I started this show, I was doing a seat at the table on Thursdays, but now I'm going to be doing a seat at the table in person where you can come into the Cornerstone, which is a co-working space located at 279 West Kroger Street in Lawrenceville. You can come into the show, sit down with me at the table, and do the show live with me. I'm going to invite all of these candidates out to talk to me about what their plans are, because they want our vote. I want to know what your plans are. Also, if you're a small business owner and you want to be a guest on my show at the seat at the table, go over to goodmorninggwinnett.com, click on Be My Guest, send the information, and I'll consider you for being on the show. And it's an in-person show. You need to plan at least an hour and a half to be with me, because you need to arrive about 30 minutes early and plan on being there for at least an hour. But yeah, so I'm going to invite a lot of these people out. If you are a Republican, a Democrat, a independent, and you're running for a seat here in Gwinnett County, I want to talk to you. I want to know. She has a plan to help small businesses. I'm all pro small businesses. I'm a small business. So anything that I can see that's going to help us move forward, I want to know more about that. So she's planning on giving a portion of her salary back to small businesses and community programs in the 7th District. She's also an educator in DeKalb County and has received endorsements from National Black Pro-Life Union and Babies Lives Matter. Babies Lives Matter. I didn't even know there was an organization called Baby Lives Matter. Babbage is also one of several Republicans that have jumped into the race to replace Woodall. The GOP field already included Senator Renee Unterman. I talked about her on an earlier show. I talked about Mark Gonsalves and Joe Prophet, who I met like earlier this year. And he told me straight out the gate, like we were in a business meeting. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a Republican." I said, "Oh, okay, cool." I didn't get into that because I was at a business meeting. So that's what you are. That's what you are. Ben Bullock, Richard Dean McCormick, and Lynn Humrich. So she got a lot of Republicans running against her. How many is that? I want to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and she makes 7. All right. And also there's some Democrats vying for the same seat. So you got Lopez Romero holding the official congressional kickoff Friday. State Representative Brenda Lopez. She is running for that seat as well. So you got some people that's running for that seat. They're running for it. So we're going to see what's going to happen about that. I want to have all of them come sit down with me on this show. Take a seat at the table. Let's talk about it. I want to hear what you got to say. I want to hear what your plans are for Gwinnett County. You're running for these seats. You want us to vote for you. Come out and talk to me. Let's hear what you got to say. The Gwinnett Election Board removes prohibition barring county from running city election. Okay, what does that mean? All right, let's see here now. Because listen, this is important. You know what I mean? They want our vote. They want us to vote for them. I need to know what they're talking about. I gotta digress for 1 second. So, presidential candidate, what is his name? Buttigieg. There was a young man who got killed last week, and he was unarmed. And these stories right here, I just can't understand. Like, when these cops have this different kind, like, I think they should have some kind of aggression training, like, monthly, like where they can get stuff off their chest, because obviously either they're just bad from the get-go, or there's a lot of stuff that's weighing on them to make them shoot somebody when they're unarmed, right? So anyway, there's a young man who got killed this week. He was unarmed, and the Buttigieg was there talking to the people, and they were saying to him, "What are you going to do?" But in the part that I heard, and I only heard part of it, I heard him say to those people, they were saying to him, "What are you going to do about this?" And he said something, and so one person said something about, "You're not going to vote," and he said, "I'm not asking for your vote." So African American, I'm like, okay, so you just killed yourself. Wherever you were, and I don't know where he was, he just shot himself in the foot. He says, "I'm not asking for your vote." And so the lady said, "You're not going to get my vote." So I'm sure that is going to go around the world. So you are really, that was terrible. And so if you're out there campaigning and you want votes, you need to understand the people that you're talking to, right? You got to know, and you should be watching the news. Buttigieg, I think I'm pronouncing it right. That's a big thing. When you see African American men get shot down and they don't have a gun in their hands, they're running from the police and they're just running, they get shot in the back. There was no reason for them to get shot. That's a very touchy subject to us as African Americans, because we see those videos. And I know, I've had the chance to talk to police officers going through the Gwinnett Citizens Academy, and they tell us sometimes you only see part of the story. But when you can visibly see, because there's a camera on the cop and the person is laying on the ground being assaulted by the cops with nothing in their hand, they're laying on the ground, you got your foot on their neck, so they're just, you can see that. So I get it when you say, sometimes the media don't tell all the story, but if we can see it, right, it's hard for you to kind of say, you know what, that didn't happen, because we see it. But anyway, Buttigieg said he didn't want your vote. "I'm not asking for your vote." And the lady said, "You won't get it." So I'm in Gwinnett County. I saw that clipping that has stuck in my head. I'm thinking, wow, that sounds crazy. Like, for you to say that, and maybe I missed the whole story, but that's the part I did see. And I kind of I think I was doing something, and he just didn't know how to react to what she was asking him. And what she was asking him was, "What are you going to do about this? What are you going to do about cops who are just out of control? Because we have some. Yeah, we probably have more good cops than bad cops. But the bad cops are killing black men left and right. They are. They're killing them. We see it. So they want to know what you're going to do about it. And he was like, I'm not asking for your vote. And she was like, and you won't get it. So I think that's pretty crazy. But anyway, the doors have been open for Gwinnett County citizens to approach the county's election office about running their municipal elections. Gwinnett County Board of Registration and Elections amended an existing policy which blocks cities from asking the county to run their elections. The change came after Peachtree Corners City Councilman Eric Christ approached the elections board in April about changing the rules on whether the county could be involved in municipal elections. It basically strikes out the prohibition we would have against engaging in municipal elections. Board member Stephen Day said in an amendment that was being considered. It doesn't obligate the county in any way, shape, or form to conduct it. It just takes out an overt statement saying we don't do it, and then under Georgia election law, it's totally up to the county to negotiate with the municipality. So, they have made an amendment to that, and we're going to see how that unfolds too, whether or not they're going to be involved in city, elections or not. All right, let's get to some good news. You know what I mean? Like, politics is crazy, and they'll make you crazy if you watch them. Like, I used to watch MSNBC like every night. Like 11 o'clock. First, I started watching Bloomberg Technology, right? Because I like technology. And then when 2016 elections came, every night from 2016 to early 2019, I've been watching MSNBC. Totally forgot about it because I got so wrapped up in the election and politics. And I've always kind of been attracted to politics because I'm about community. I'm about enriching our community, empowering our community. That's who I am at the core. And so I kind of got wrapped up in there and had started watching it every night. But here's the thing. It will make you restless. Like, you won't sleep at night because some of the things that you hear and see on the news, and it's like unbelievable. Like, you're like, okay, who are these people? And so I had to stop watching it. I stopped watching it. I said, I cannot watch MSNBC anymore before I go to bed. So I would go to bed at 12 o'clock because I wanted to see the news. I had to stop doing that because that's pretty much the only time I really watch TV because I'm always working or doing something towards the business. And so every now and then I'll take some guilty pleasure and watch like some of my favorite shows. And a lot of them have gone off. Like I'm a huge Vampire Diaries person. It's gone. I used to watch the originals. It's gone. So those are my guilty pleasures. I used to love Scandal. It's gone. So now I watch The Good Doctor, which comes on at 10 o'clock at night. So that's cool because I'm winding down. And I watch How to Get Away with Murder. And that comes also at 10 o'clock. So, by the time I start watching TV, it's really time for me to go to bed and wind down. So I watch late. I don't watch TV during the day at all. Like from the time I get up to about 8, 9 o'clock, probably 9 o'clock, because I don't watch anything at 8 o'clock either. Till about 8 o'clock at night, I watch nothing. No television. None at all. So when I watch TV, it's like 9 and 10 o'clock at night, and it's literally time for me to go to bed after that. So what I would do is I would watch whatever shows I watched it, and most of the shows I watch come on at 10 o'clock. So The Prophet comes on at 10 o'clock. How to Get Away with Murder comes on at 10 o'clock. The Good Doctor comes on at 10 o'clock. And then after that, I would watch MSNBC. And then I would try to go to sleep, but I realized I can't watch that anymore because that stuff will make you crazy. It will. So listen, let's get on to some good news. So, Norton teacher named Teacher of Promise. That sounds really amazing. Kelly Teasley, a Norton Elementary School teacher, was named the 2018 Georgia Council of Teachers Mathematics Teacher of Promise. I think they meant 2019. Anyway, every year the organization recognizes one outstanding new teacher member in the state who has no more than 3 years of experience at the time of the nomination and who demonstrates qualities of excellence in teaching mathematics. Math was my favorite subject in high school, math and science. You probably figured that out already, right? I'm a tech head a little bit. Winners of the award receive a free year membership in the Georgia Council of Teachers of Mathematics. Mountain View teacher received Silver Cross. Rhonda Archer, a Mountain View high school teacher, is also the recipient of the Palmas Academicas. I think that's Spanish. award. So this is so nice, and the Silver Cross by the Republic of France. Congratulations to you guys for doing great things. Math is not an easy subject, but it is a most needed subject, and so if you can get an award for being a teacher of excellence in that, congratulations. Let's give them a round of applause. When I was in school, that was my subject, math and science. And here's the crazy part: like, English was not my subject. Like, it was not. Like, I didn't, for some reason, I don't know, I couldn't get into it. So, and I was smart. So now I got good grades, but it just wasn't something that interests me. And then when I come and I grow up and I become an adult and then I write books, I thought that was just so ironic that, okay, that was not my favorite subject. I'm an author of about 5 books. So go figure. I don't do too much with math except for, crunch numbers, look at my bottom lines, which is very important to business. It is very important to business. But yeah, listen, I'm going to go to a song and I'll be right back to give you more of the rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. Stay tuned. You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. I'm your host, Audrey Bell Kearney, right here.
I'm addicted to the love that you're giving. Every minute, every day I've been craving. And I don't wanna get you out of my system. No, 'cause I like the way it feels when you touch me. You got me good. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You got me good. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, babe, all I'm thinking about is when you come around. Ooh, ooh, ooh. 'Cause you got me. Play the game just like a pro, didn't stand a chance. You took it all, yeah, you won by a landslide. Oh, babe, left your trademark on my cheek, now I'm all yours. Got me calling you up at night just to hear your voice. You got me good. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You got me good. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. All I'm thinking about is when you come around. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hey. Tell me your heart. Is it only me? Is it only me you've got on that call? 'Cause I need to know, baby. Yeah, I gotta know right now. Hey, hey. So good, babe. So good, babe. So good, so good, so good. It hurts. So good, babe. So good, babe. You got me good. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You got me good. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, baby, all I'm thinking about is when you come around. Ooh, ooh, ooh. 'Cause you got me good. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, yeah. You got me.
Hey, welcome back to Good Morning Gwinnett. I'm your host, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you a daily rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. So listen, I've never gone here, and I was just talking about this Top Golf. So Top Golf is seeking permits to build in Beaufort. Yeah. So we're trying to bring a Top Golf out to Beaufort, and I've heard it is amazingly beautiful in there and entertaining, and that is on my to-do list this year. My husband and I were just talking about that last week. I said we need to go to Top Golf because he was telling me one of his coworkers has gone. So they go all the time and say they had a really good time. And my daughter said that she's gone. It's really nice. And I was like, maybe I could do like some kind of networking girls outing or something. And I told my husband, listen, tell your coworkers, one of the coworker that goes, we should get together and meet up there. They live in Marietta, we live in Gwinnett, so it's kind of like in the middle. But yeah, so they're looking at doing something out here in Beaufort, so that's going to be cool. So over there by so it's gonna be it's built. They're looking to build build a location at a major yet to be developed mixed use development near the Mall of Georgia in Beaufort. Topgolf Inc. filed applications for commercial development and commercial building permits with the county planning to develop Planning and Development Department on May 30th. Records show that the facility would be built on 2925 Beaufort Drive, putting it at the interstate of 85 and Beaufort Drive Exchange. So it's going to be right there off of 85, easily accessible. Information on when Topgolf may begin construction or open is not available yet. That would be nice. And I'm going to have to go to Atlanta. So they are interested in the expansion, says the spokesperson for Topgolf. Her name is Caroline Jerome. Topgolf let customers of all ages play games of golf from elevated outdoor bays with the idea of being the players earn points by hitting balls onto the targets laid out on the fairway in front of them. It sounds like fun. The company locations also feature restaurants and bars, event rooms, and lounges. Listen, I keep telling y'all, they are doing it up big out here in Gwinnett. Do you hear me? I was riding on, I think it was Thursday. It was Thursday. I was going to my Gwinnett Citizens Academy on 101. And so I decided I was going to go down Constitutional Boulevard off of Scenic Highway. So I came down Scenic, turned on Constitutional. And when I turned down Constitutional Boulevard, they were building townhomes on the right-hand side. I'm like, wait a minute. When did they start? And they were pretty much almost done. So they are building, but you know what? They're making use of undeveloped spaces or spaces that had like dilapidated buildings there. They're making really good use of those spaces by putting in places for people to live, putting in stores and entertainment centers. So, Topgolf is going to just be another great place for us to be able to go out. We don't got to drive into Atlanta. Nothing against Atlanta except for the traffic, y'all. I'm telling you, we don't like that traffic. We just don't like it. We don't like it. So the golf entertainment complex will be a part of the exchange at Gwinnett mixed use project that Fuquay Development is planning to develop next to the interstate and a stone's throw away from Mall of Georgia. The facility was going to be about 71,250 square feet, and it's going to be 2 stories. It's going to be built on 14.9 acres, and it's going to have 431 parking spaces. It's going to be big. It's going to be big. Listen, okay, so with that coming, be prepared. That means it's going to be jobs opening up. Be prepared. Jobs are going to be open, and I'm sure they're going to prove it because that area is pretty nice down there, and it will only, add to the attraction in Beaufort right there into Gwinnett County. So be prepared. Be prepared to be able to get the jobs. You want to make sure. All right, we want to give a shout out to a young lady who's been doing her work is not easy, but she's been awarded for doing a great job. So overseeing Gwinnett's more than 600 sex offenders is a big job, right? And this has been and employee Casey Duffy is getting an award for that because she oversees these people. Ooh, what a job though. Think about that for a second. Just think about that. She oversees it. So Duffy and the GCSO uses software management tool Offender Watch to manage, track, and verify registered sex offenders, all of which helps aid in investigations and work to improve public safety. Of more than 3,000 agencies and 14,000 users on the in the Offender Watch network, the company selected Duffy and the GCSO to receive this award. So she has done an amazing job, like overseeing this thing. You want to make sure you know what these people are because they're sick people, and really they could harm others. You know what I mean? So you want to make sure you know who they are, and the fact that she's doing a great job and overseeing them. Overseeing the registered sex. Now, she can't oversee everybody. Some of them are not in the system because they have not gotten caught yet. But the ones that have gotten caught and that are in the system, she's overseeing them. So let's give her a round of applause for being on top of that and making sure that Gwinnett is safe and making sure that these people are being watched. Okay? Let's give her a round of applause. It's not easy work. Just think about that for a second. Like her job, I wouldn't want to have her job. But somebody got to do that job, and she's obviously doing a good job at it. That's why she got the award that she did, and for that I say thank you. Now listen, I want to tell y'all this because I love beautiful homes. The things that I like are things like this, like houses. Like, I love beautiful homes. There is a picture, and if you want to see this picture house, you got to go to the Gwinnett Daily Post, because that's where I pulled the story from. But anyway, the house is on the market, and I normally don't talk about this, but the house is so beautiful, so I just want to share this with you guys. This house is on the market. If you got $5.2 million kind of just sitting there and you thinking about moving to Gwinnett, this house is on the market in Swanee. It has an elevator and a golf course view. So let me just tell you about the house, because I just thought it was amazing. It's beautiful too. It's a 5-bedroom, 10-bath, 4,385 square foot home in Swanee. It's going for $5.2 million. The home was built in 2008, overlooking a golf course and a River Club gated community. Features included 6-car garage, an elevator, a terrace level bar, wine cellar, billiard room, gym, circular office, in-law suites, includes kitchenette, and there is a pool and a spa in the back of the property. And it's only on 1 acre, y'all. Only on 1 acre. According to Zillow, the house was sold in 2011 for $1.2 million. That summer then for $1.9 million in December. So whoever bought it in 2011, resold it in December and made a $700,000 profit. The house looks beautiful, right? It is beautiful. If you want to go look at it, it's located at 5013 Gunnison Terrace in Swanee. But go to Good Morning, go to Gwinnett Daily Post and just look at that picture. Now here's the thing: even though the house is beautiful, there's nothing I can do with 14,000 square feet of house. This is a lot of house, but it's beautiful. And if you got $5.2 million just sitting around, go on over there and look at the picture. You just may love it. I'm talking about gorgeous, but that's a lot of house. But it is beautiful. I just wanted to share that story with you because I love beautiful houses. I just know that 14,000 square feet, I'd be scared out of my head. I would be, because it's too much house. Like, okay, right now I live in 3 rooms: my office, the kitchen, and the bedroom. This house got 5 bedrooms and 10 bathrooms. It's like 2 bathrooms for every bedroom. But for somebody, it's a perfect house. And go to Gwinnett Daily Post, click on the house, look at the pictures. It's got 49 pictures, and the house is beautiful. And if you buy that house, if you listen to me and you go and buy that house, I need you to be a guest on my show, because I need to know what the heck you do that you have paid $5.2 million for this house. I need you to come on the show, be my guest after you buy the house, because it's $5.2 million, and I need to know what you do. Maybe you can be my mentor so I can get the $5.2 million. The house is beautiful. Now, if you don't like dark wood, oh God, it has a library, y'all. It has a library. I love libraries. It has a library full of books. It's circular. It's like a circular. It's like being in a light. Oh, it's so pretty. Go to Gwinnett Daily Post. Check it out. I'm going to stop right now because it is beautiful. It is beautiful. But if you don't like that old charm, like that brown wood, like that hickory brown wood, you may not like it because it's very brown. But it's like a mansion for real. If you want mansion living and you got $5.2 million just kind of sitting around, it's maybe a house for you. Right over in Swanee. And Swanee is gorgeous. You know, all the towns out in Gwinnett are gorgeous. So if you are thinking about a house and you need like a lot of house, 14,000 square feet worth of house, maybe your house. All right, so there's a Toastmasters meeting tonight, 6:15 to 7:15 p.m. If you are trying to hone your speaking skills or your presentation skills, or you just want to network with others and get some good feedback on your speaking, you can go out tonight. It's going to be located at Discovery High School, 1335 Old Norcross Road in Lawrenceville. It's from 6:15 to 7:15 p.m. You know, you never know who you're going to meet. I talk about this all the time. And I always announce these because they are free. And you have the opportunity to, you know, hone your speaking skills and your presentation skills. And you get to network with other people because you never know who you're going to meet. You just never know. who's going to be at those meetings. I told you before, I got a job by going to, and I wasn't looking for a job because I had a job, but I got a job paying better, making more money with better benefits because I went to a Toastmasters meeting. So you just never know. Also, if you're not in Lawrenceville and you still want to go to a Toastmasters meeting, but you don't want to go this evening because you got other things to do, but you want to go this afternoon, there's a Toastmasters meeting that's going to be located at also in Swanee. This is in Swanee. That one was in Lawrenceville. From 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. It's only 10 a.m., so you got a chance to make it out there today. It's going to be located at 4973 West Price Road, and that's in Swanee, North Gwinnett Church. It's 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Going out there, hone your skills. This way, if you can't make it this evening to Lawrenceville, to Discovery High School, to that meeting, you can go this afternoon at 12 p.m. to Swanee, 4973 West Price Road in Swanee, the North Gwinnett Church. Go on out there and hone your skills. Get on out there and meet some folks. All right. So, launch your membership marketing. If you want to learn about membership marketing, this is your opportunity. There's going to be a workshop today. Oh, we missed that one, y'all. Scratch that. We missed it. That was hosted by the Berkeley Lakes Chamber. All right, today is Monday. Wonder Park Kids Eat Free. If you want to take the kids out this evening, you can take them over to Tannery Road L House. Kids Eat Free today at 1 o'clock. And also tonight at 6 p.m. Wonder Park. That's the movie that's going to be playing tonight. Family movie night. You know they do that every Monday at Tannery Road L House. Take your kids out. Check out a movie. Eat free. 554 West Main Street in Beaufort, Georgia. And that's this evening at 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Your kids can eat free. Take them to the movies, Oh, yep. Take them out. That's tonight. All right. I'm going to go ahead and play this last song, and I'm going to come back and give you my closing inspiration of the day. Stay tuned. I'll be right back.
I've got the time to show my love and what it's all about. Fading up, fading down below the laser guns. I've got a heart that has been traumatized. Don't wake me up, my dreams can never lie.
Hey, welcome back to Good Morning Gwinnett. I'm your host, Audrey Bell Kearney, wrapping it up for you for the show. Listen, so this is the part of the show where I like to talk about something inspirational, to give you some more inspiration to get you through the day, because you need that sometimes. You just need to continue to move forward. So this inspiration day is brought to you by no other than Oprah Winfrey, who's one of my favorites. She did a quote, and her quote said, "Think like a queen. A queen is not afraid to fail. Failure is another stepping stone to greatness." And that is so true. If you are afraid to fail, trust me, you will not fail, because you won't fail and you won't succeed either, because you're letting fear get in your way. And you have to fight fear, and we all have some type of fear. I think I talked to you guys. I did a hypnotherapy session last week. One of the young ladies that I actually had on the show, she wanted, and she gave me, it was free. She charges $350, and she's doing some amazing work. And I'm telling you, if you got some blocks, you will find out what they are. And I found out what my block was. It was crazy, but I kind of knew it, but I wasn't sure. And so she took me back, and I saw it when I was 7 years old. It was crazy. Like, I don't even remember this. But when she took me back through this hypnotherapy session, I was 7 years old, standing outside on the porch. And I could see clearly my parents. And so a lot of who I am, good and bad, is because of my parents and the way I grew up. And and that's a lot of us. Like, if you start to dig into who you are and why you are the way you are, I guarantee you a lot of that stuff has a lot to do with your parents, or something that somebody has done to you, or didn't do to you, or didn't do for you. And it's scarring. So it started there. But what stopped me as I got older was an event that I did, that I said, you know what, I'm going to do this better. Because I had went to this woman's event, and I saw all of her errors, like the things she did. And my partner and I was like, my business partner was like, we're not going to do this, we're not going to do that, because we don't want people to say this one. Let me tell you, as much as we put into that event, people still talked. I got a nasty letter in the mail. And I hadn't thought about that for years. And this happened almost 20 years ago. When I tell you, the fear of being criticized because of that letter and some things that happened when I was younger with my dad stopped me. And it has stopped me from doing some really big things in my life, right? But let me tell you something. Once I truly discovered that that's what was stopping me from hitting the goals that I wanted to hit, I was like, oh, forget this crap. Like, this is what it's been. This is what has been holding me up. This little bit of fear right here. Like, I made a decision that day. This is not going to hold me up anymore. So I'm going to kick fear down. I'm not, because I consider myself a person. I'm not afraid to fail. I'm not afraid to fail. But I sure was afraid to be criticized. And so because of that, I limited myself to the things that I would do, and here's the thing. This publicist told me this long time ago, Audrey, you can't straddle the fence. You got to be in or out. I chose to be behind the scenes, right? I can't be behind the scenes anymore. And she said to me, Audrey, but you're doing TV, you're doing radio. I said, yeah, but I'm doing it from a safe place, right? And I realized that in the session, like when we went through my session, I realized, yeah, I'm out there, but I'm in a safe place, right? And I just can't play it safe anymore. And I was playing it safe out of fear. So just remember this, you guys. Don't be afraid to fail, and don't let fear stop you. Failure is another stepping stone to greatness. That's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen. If you missed any episodes and you want to go back and listen, go to goodmorninggwinnett.com and check out all the episodes. Share the show with your friends, your colleagues, your family. Just share the show with me. Share them with everybody. I got some events coming up. I'm going to post them on the website. They're already posted on meetup.com. If you go to meetup.com and you click in Podcast Posse, that is a new meetup that I'm hosting at the Cornerstone co-working space once a month. I got some trainings coming up. If you ever thought about starting your own podcast, there's a training that's coming up on July 17th. My first networking event kicks off on July 10th. Go check it out. Come on out, network with us. If you are a podcaster, I invite you to come out. It's going to be refreshments. I got to go back and put that on the website. Refreshments will be served. But we're going to talk about the industry. We're going to talk about how to grow your podcast, how to launch your podcast, what equipment to buy, all of that good stuff. You're going to hear stories from other people who are podcasting, their stories and how they're doing it and what they're doing. If you want to launch a podcast, but you just don't know how to launch it, this is your opportunity. I'm going to put all this information later on today on the Good Morning Gwinnett site. But if you can't wait and you don't want to forget, go over to meetup.com, type in podcast posse and pull that information up. I got other stuff I'm going to be adding there, but I want to build a community of podcasters out here in Gwinnett. So that's why I launched the podcast posse. I thought that was kind of cute too, podcast posse. I'm a little radical. I launched that group because I want us to be able to get together and connect and talk about this industry. This is a huge industry that's growing. Now, let me give you some perspective on that. So right now, there are about 5 billion YouTube channels, right? There are about 5 billion blogs on the planet. There are only 660,000 podcasts, which means there's still room for you to jump in. It's not too late. And it's not that hard, So if you want to become a part of the podcast posse, it is absolutely free to be a member. There's no charge. However, at our networking events, because of course I have to pay for the cornerstone, it's not free. There's a charge to get in, but it's a very small fee, $15, and you're going to get refreshments, and you're going to get to network with other people, and you're going to learn some things from the people that are doing it and some trainings and things like that. So that's going to be posted on Good Morning Gwinnett later on today. However, if you can't wait, go to meetup.com and type in podcast posse in Lawrenceville and you'll pull it up. That's all I got for you. Thank you for listening. You could have been anywhere today, but you spent an hour and 11 minutes with me. I really appreciate that. Appreciate the fact that you're listening. I know you are because I see the numbers steady climbing. I'll be back again tomorrow, God willing. You be safe out there. And until next time, make it a great day. Bye, y'all.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in daily at 9 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you miss an episode, go to www.goodmorninggwinnett.com to catch up. If you like this episode, go ahead and subscribe to the show now and share it with your friends.